Hello, and welcome back to my channel. Welcome to part 3, actually, of the night creation video. I have been quite busy lately, and for that I apologize. It's mostly out of my control, so I guess I shouldn't be apologizing, but during the last 2 months of a video games production cycle, the workload can be quite extreme. So please bear with me until the end of the month. Alright. I'm bringing you part 3 of the night video. So thank you for waiting patiently. I took a long time because I didn't want to be too hasty. Now, I can make the night within an hour if I was just gonna speed sculpt it and not really care, but I'd like to show you guys and explain processes as I go. So last video I left with showing you placements and landmarks and establishing the dimensions. And right now what I'm doing is correcting the planes of the night. So, for simplicity's sake, if we talk about silhouette once more, over the lifetime of this YouTube channel, silhouette will probably be one of the most spoken words. Especially if I do a repetitious word video. So the planes. I took a look at the photograph and what we left off with. Noticed there was some large differences. Now, I recorded the audio after I did this video, and I'm even now seeing some places that I messed up. That's normal in 3D. Never be afraid to go back, especially if you're just doing one thing alone. When I'm at work and we finish one piece of the game, one art asset, we get someone else to do what we call a peer review. And it could be anybody that sits next to you just to look over it. Because when you stare at something for so long, you see what you want to see. And sometimes you forget, or you don't see certain things. So, I was going to do some more of my intro video, but I figured the Zbrush would be a better way to start, kick off coming back after my overtime at work. It's calm and relaxing to watch the clay be molded and pushed around. My webcam slowly tilted in a different direction, and if you watch this video at a higher frame rate, you'll see it slide downwards. I'm noticing a lot of things that aren't even correct, like this ear. You'll see me pull it around and then look for a different angle. I'm trying to spin the photograph horizontally. I'm new to Windows 10, so all these buttons are ridiculous. Finally, I just said screw it, and I went into Photoshop because that's where wonder and imagination have no limits. All right. I found the image and I flipped it for myself just to a more comfortable perspective. I could have easily looked at the model from the other side, but my brain works in a different way. All right. As you can see, the ear is completely out of the territory it should be. So I just killed it, shaved it off. Poor horse, poor knight. He'll never know where the pawns are attacking from if he can't hear them. How is everybody? I have gained a handful of new subscribers, so thank you for those that have recently joined. I'm glad to have you, and I hope this video suits your fancy. What with the layered sound effects, the soft tones of my voice, and the whispering. This video is longer than I anticipated by 20 minutes. I was aiming for 30 and then I was just going and going and I didn't stop. So you get a bit of a bonus. I'm going to do my best to make this video with as little editing needed as possible so that I can basically throw it into Adobe Premiere and press the render button. So I'm trying to form the general lines that the night has flowing through it that give it its beautiful shape. Trying to find the proper curvatures that will help me further finalize the piece. And my webcam has finally given up showing my strokes. And for the remainder of the video, all you'll see is my numpad starlight. I am a very happy person right now, overall, but specifically right now. I'm tapping on the cover to Harry Potter and the Cursed Child. Harry Potter and the Cursed Child. Now, I am new. Well, not anymore. I never watched Harry Potter as I was growing up or read them. My parents we were pretty hardcore Christians, and well, now they've changed their ways, but anyway, Christianity was pretty heavily against Harry Potter for some reason. But as I grew up and got away from that disgusting, hardcore side of religion and started to make my own choices, I realized how freaking amazing Harry Potter is. And I binge watched and I binge read the movies and books in about 3 months. Probably some of the greatest storytelling in recent history. There are some old stories that are magnificent in their own right that no writer could stand against. So, being new to the Harry Potter world, the wizarding world, about only a year ago, I became infatuated, and I only realized shortly after that there are people who have been waiting years and years for more content. And they're only just getting it. Whereas I only had to wait a year. Plus the movie, Fantastic Beasts, and where to find them. It's gonna be crazy. As you can see, I'm playing with the masking function so that I can exclusively work on the indentation of the neck. You'll see there's a very, very thin line on the left side of it, the bubble side, that I want to keep nice and flat. You can see it better with this material that I changed it to. It's a very diffuse plastic, whereas this is a very glossy plastic. Or sorry, the gloss is less intense. I was so ready to film this and record this audio. I didn't soundproof my room, so there may be some odd sounds that you hear in the background. I will do my best. So my local library here in Vancouver has wonderful rooms, soundproof recording rooms that I can use. Oh my gosh, I don't know what that was. I can't wait to get out of this building. I'll be recording videos there to get away from all the noise. I can just focus on you and how important you are. How important your ears are. So, as you can see, we're using the Trim Dynamic brush in Zbrush. That might not mean anything to you. So, let's try to make it mean something. The Trim Dynamic brush cuts any bumps off of the model based off the curvature under the brush. So it helps flatten and straighten objects. Here, I am using the H polish, which I've told you guys of before, to just give this a nice, stable surface. Okay. Again, I'm just looking at silhouette flow, trying to keep everything trying to work in slow steps and keep every aspect of the model to the same degree of work. I was beginning to put that indent I saw, but I remembered that that's not an indent. horizontally across. It's a complete divot that gets taken out. So I can't wait to show you how to texture these, how to paint them and make them look all shiny, like they belong together in one army. I'll even make the chessboard. This is the trim dynamic. As you can see, it just took away all the hard edges and softened everything out. Back to the move brush. Sorry about that noise. I'm gonna have to look for that. Okay. Forgive my mouse clicks here. Alright. So, continuing to record. Alright, so you can see this curve here on the night is straight back towards the main, but mine does this little indent, this recurve. It comes out and then goes in and then comes out for the tail. So I'm just cleaning that up, bring it out so that it's round. See, it's a very destructive, and it's like you are your own medic, always fixing, and then you're destroying, and you're building up one after the other, always watching your mouth. Now, there's a few things I will have to clean up way more. You notice I haven't really touched the base. I'm just using it as a guideline for size. Oh, I am so sorry that it took like 5 days to make a video. I worked all over the long weekend again for the second long weekend in a row. And then my one free day, I went hiking. I hiked up a mountain called Mount From. Now, I haven't hiked before, so this is where I wanted to start. And holy cow, as beautiful and rewarding as it was at the peak, I have never done something that physically exhausting. And I've played volleyball for like 8 years, soccer for 6 years, football for those in the UK. I've skateboarded for about 14 years of my life. I've done weightlifting and cardio. It's nothing is the same as making a mountain look like nothing. Still working on finding the best method for my Blue Yeti. Trying to find a floating stand for it. I was wondering if you guys were into a Let's Play. I know the internet is full of them, but I could do one for you. Specifically in the ASMR style. Genre, let's say. It's I bought a game called Unravel. It's pretty relaxing. I think it would be very good. The progress of the night is it's still very far away. But as you can see, we're much closer than where we were before. These sticky finger noises are from my hands slowly pressing against one of the plastic cases to a Punisher comic. I collect two comics right now, Punisher and Carnage, and I can show you guys those as well later in another video. I was looking through the analytics of my channel, and it's pretty crazy that over half of the views are from Reddit, when I've only ever posted a couple videos on Reddit. For a while there, it wasn't letting me. But our next milestone, since we've hit 20 plus subscribers, is, well, for simplicity, I would say 50. But in actuality, it's 100. If 100 of you fine people, women and men, could find some solace in my channel, then I would be able to give it a proper URL so that people could find it. Let me just interject about the model right now. Wow, that was loud. this indent here is not circular. I found out while actually at the start of the video I said I'm seeing things that I didn't see before. This is one of them. It's actually two planes cut into the wood, like the corner of a cube. Sorry, the edge of a cube. I'll have to fix that next time I sculpt. Okay. So if you haven't worked it out yet, I live in Canada. Actually, I think I've said that. Anyway, the weather has been stupid hot lately, and as a redhead, it's psychotic. I just had to cut. My roommate came in stomping everywhere, and I forget where I was at. Anyway, so the night, trying to get some more angles. This is a can of ginger ale. I made a mistake on the mask, so I had to go back through the history and find out where I messed up. That's the beauty of PCs. You can do anything. Go back in time. Well, that's the only place I actually would like to go back in time. I feel like the decisions I've made in life, some have been horrendous. I've never taken drugs or anything. I don't even drink alcohol. But some of the decisions, while horrendous, that we make are necessary to build who we are. And without getting too philosophical, I feel like that, in a nutshell, has brought me here. I have been wanting to create a YouTube channel for a long time. Something that can let me give what I've learned over the years of being who I am. My specialty, my hobby, back in a way that can benefit people. Out of all the things going wrong in this world, it's amazing to see a community like the ASMR community be so supportive and empowering. And I love that. I don't even know where I was going. I just went. I just went for that. Anyway, it's kind of looking like a superhero with a mask, so I put in eyes just to see where everything's lying. And I mean, there's some things that are out of place, but it's okay for now. You can see his mane. The top of his head isn't flat. We can see that the indent of the neck is not cut in. Here we go. You're gonna see me try and fix the top of the head. And I just kind of go at it. A nice big brush, moving a bunch of stuff. Here we go. Now, if you can see, one of the things I have to fix is this level. Top of the head is level from nose to ear. And in the diagonal shot of the night, the 3/4 view, I have to trim lots of the side of the mane off. This, by the way, is the very long way to doing the night. We could have built it in Maya first and then brought it in here to just do touch-ups. But I figured there was enough of that already. And we need, I'm thinking of starting like programming. Not paid programming. The idea that like one Monday you get a Photoshop video. Wednesday, you get a Maya video. And Friday, you get a Zbrush video. Something like that. So that you can expect something when you're home, when you're off work, or whatever the day is. It's that your boss yelled at you. You can just, I'll be there for you. You know? I will help you relax. I will count from 10 to 0 any day you want. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Instead of sporadically making videos, if I schedule them for you, it will help schedule them for me. That way I'll know better when to tell somebody that I can't play D&D that day, or I can't work overtime, because you matter. And with that in mind, I will further develop the channel. So these techniques you've seen me use before, masking out a piece of the mesh and carving it in, using the safety of freezing. Using the safety of the mask, I am able to take places of the geometry and totally have my way with it and not worry that I'm going to mess something up. Alright. We're just making a couple more things, and then I'll have to say goodbye to you. These last few strokes are a little hasty. I was afraid that this video is too long for you. And just now I started to see the way the jaw cuts underneath. So I was making that. Or the base of that. And then next time I come in, I will get fancy with it and make it my own proper. See how all the masking helps keep what I want there. You see, the front of the jaw is not proper, so I can't get the proper curvature here, and that's why it's looking funny to me, and I keep going back over it, because earlier I mentioned that you've got to have all the parts of the mesh to the same detail, but I have mistakenly forgotten the face, the nose, and the mouth. I have left those untouched. And if you see it now, you can see that it's kind of horrendous. So, give me a bit of time. I will probably do 2 more videos actually sculpting tonight, and then I'll do 1 more getting it into Maya. So here's where we began. If you remember, and slowly I'd like to show you where we took it. Some of this I did off camera at the start, if you're wondering. I just think this is so cool. You can see like some sort of stop motion film all of your work replay itself. We're working on the top of the head, and we're fixing the ear, the way the ear shapes, and throw in the eye for landmarks, the cut of the back of the eye. And there we are. And this is where we leave us. I'm going to show you a couple of materials here and colors, but thank you for joining me, and I hope you have a good evening.